Hi. It's Tina from CNC Designs. Happy Stencil Saturday. As you come in, if you see that red live button above my head, please say hello. If you come in and you do not see that red live button, that means you're catching me on replay. In either case, please drop a hashtag replay and say hello so that I can be sure to say hello back to you. I'm going to take care of some housekeeping. See if I can pull us up on the page and we can get started. We are broadcasting live from two places tonight. We are broadcasting from CNC Designs as well as in the Crafting Network. Hello, Miss Patterson. How are you, my friend? I hope all is well. Let me see if I can find us. I think I have us here so I can see some comments. And then we can get started. Okay, I think I have us up. How are you, Miss Patterson? How's the weather where you are? It was really nice here earlier today, and now it is freezing outside. The temperature dropped like 25 degrees in a couple of hours. Hello, Nicholas. How are you? I'm still hearing the echo. Okay, here we go. That's why. Hello, Renee Sharp. Thank you for joining. Okay, so we did not have Magnolia Monday this week because I had to work. So I am coming on today and I'm calling it Stencil Saturday. Hello, Norma. How are you? And we are going to be working with some Magnolia stencils and we're going to create an Easter project tonight using this Easter egg. Hello, Levada. How are you? I have gone ahead and base coated this Easter egg in one of my favorite colors, especially for the spring. I like Waverly Plaster, usually in the fall. If you guys watch me, you know I love Waverly Hazelnut. So I have base coated this on both sides and all around the edges with plaster. And we're gonna be using this awesome stencil from Magnolia. It is I believe it's let me see here. I believe it's 15 by 15 and it is called the all over rose pattern. It is a beautiful pattern. It is a large stencil that can cover a lot of real estate. It's cold where you are too. Yeah, it's incredible how far the temperature has dropped here in a couple of hours, literally. Hello, Joanne. How are you? Thank you for watching. We're going to be using some Magnolia paste tonight, and we're going to be using this pretty color. It's called Dusky Blue chalk paste. I love this blue color. It has like some gray undertones to it. And we're going to be stenciling on both sides. But before we stencil on the front, you guys have seen me do some masking. I love to mask because I like to infuse other elements with my Magnolia stencils. And the way I make them pop out is to use mask. So we're going to be working with this Stampers Anonymous Tim Holtz collection. It is called Mr. Rabbit. I love this rabbit in this stencil. This stencil was a couple years old. I think this is probably the second year in distribution. Couldn't find it the first year it came out. Ran across it this year. Had to get it. That's one thing. So glad. Oh, thank you. That's one thing I noticed about Tim Holtz's stamps and a lot of things. Yeah, in particular his stamps and ephemera. They don't run them continuously. So if you see something you like, you're probably better off getting it because you never know when it's going to be discontinued. And this rabbit is to die for. He is so cute. I could see me doing 1,000,001 things with this. I don't do a lot of Easter decorations, so that's the only reason why you don't see me doing it a lot. But I will be using this stamp like crazy if I decorate it in my house for Easter. Now I am using some black archival ink. This one does seem a little bit dry. So I'm gonna use this and then I'm gonna also pull out my other oxide ink pad because I want to get a good impression. So let me find a pad that is good and inked. I should have checked that before I came live, but you guys know that wouldn't be me if I had done that, right? Hello, Belinda, how are you? So let me see how much ink is in my other black. I have black soot here. These are all archival inks, so you don't have to worry too much about any of it blending or drying out on your piece and not really being able to show up. I want to make sure this is good and inked, so I am going to take my time inking this because this is such a pretty stamp. And with stamps, you know you only get one time. If you don't get it down good, it's hard to get it lined back up to try to go over it. And I don't want to go and have to paint over it and then apply again. So we're going to take our time, make sure we get a good ink in here. Okay, so now let's bring our egg here. And I'm just gonna kind of hover over and see where I want it. Because once you drop it, you've got to commit. There's not too many opportunities to pick it up and go back down once you've already dropped it. So cross your fingers and hope we got enough ink on here that we get a nice impression. Half of my ear did not come out. Guys. I'm gonna try something that I might regret, y'all. Got it. See, now, you know, you would think I would be satisfied, right? But no, here I go. Okay, maybe that was the ticket. Okay, you know what? Let's leave well enough alone. I'm pushing it. But here we go. I would have liked it, that stamp to be a little bit wetter, but we'll live with it. I'm not gonna push our luck. Thank you for those hearts. Hi, Lena, how are you? Hello, Mel, how are you? So you guys know me. I've already told you 1,000 times, I don't like to clean craft supplies. So I'm gonna try, see if I can get a lot of this ink off of this stamp right now, because it's highly unlikely that I'll be taking this to the sink when this is over and washing it there. Full transparency. And these wipes really do a good job at cleaning stuff. Yeah, he is. He really is a dapper dude. He's so cute. I thought about trying to do an impression of him and putting some sort of hat on him. I mean, there's just like a ton of things that come to mind when I see this stamp. Hi, Christina. How are you? Guys, if you're in the market for some wood kits, definitely go over and check my friend at Christina at the Rust Covered Cottage. Christina has some awesome kits. I've seen a lot of beautiful things being made with them, especially that shadow box. I think I might have to go get myself one of those. Hello, Vicky Pence. How are you? So we're gonna just stick him back on this backing here. And again, this is called Mr. Rabbit, and it is Tim Holtz. So now that we've got our rabbit down, I want to mask my rabbit because I want to use my rose stencil, and I want my rose stencil to, I want my rabbit to come forward and the rose to sit in the back. And how I do that is I made a copy. I literally put this whole thing on my copy machine and made a copy of it, and then I cut my rabbit out, and I'm going to use him as a mask. So let me make sure that he's good and dry before I move on. He is so cute. I was really thinking of only using him on one side. I don't know, the more I look at this rabbit, the more I think I might want to use him even on the other side. Thanks, Christina. I learned that from IOD. That is not my trick, guys. IOD teaches you, because IOD now makes all of their stamps with masks. So, you know, I just figured I could do the same thing with a stamp that was not IOD if I could somehow or another figure out how to make my own mask. So this was my idea of being able to make masks out of stamps that were not IODs. The only problem is that IOD stamps, typically they stick down really, I mean, their masks stick down really good in place. These don't. So sometimes I use a piece of tape, but I really don't want to mess up my cool rabbit. So I'm going to try it without a piece of tape. I'm going to see if I just put a little, just a tap of my glue stick. Maybe it'll be enough to hold it in place. I don't want it to stick to my rabbit either, so I gotta be careful and make sure that that's not gonna occur. I just want it to kind of stay down. Guys, I did not bring, y'all gonna have to forgive me. It's a hot mess express with me. Y'all know that already. I did not get my squeegees, guys. Y'all talk amongst yourselves and say hi while I get my squeegees. Lord, Lord, Lord. Where are they? I was getting ready to say, guys, I got a whole bag of squeegees in this house and I can't find them. See, that's what happens when you try to be organized. Before, I used to have them everywhere. A couple of weeks ago, it would have been about 12 of them over there. Now I put them all away. And now I got to remember where I put the bag because they're all in one place. Oh, if I seal it first? Good idea. Never thought about that. I have to figure out what I think, what I would like to use as a sealer in that case. I know I have Liquitex. I do like Liquitex as a sealer. I don't know how it will affect my stencil that I want to put on it afterwards though. But I'll definitely keep that in mind. So we're working with this rose all over pattern. And I want to put this on my front and my back of my egg. So I am going to gently lay it down. Now sometimes what will happen is your mask may stick to the stencil. That's another challenge. One I'm willing to take because honestly I like the way it looks. But just something else for you to be careful of. And since I am a Magnolia rep, I just want to tell you that because Magnolia doesn't teach you to do this with their stencils. This is just something that I do. So far for me, it has worked, and I have not compromised the integrity of any of my stencils. But I have to let you know that because that mask is paper, it may stick to your stencil. So that's something you might want to be careful about, especially if your stencil is really, really tacky. This stencil is a couple of years old for me. I have used it a number of times. So even if it sticks a little, I'm not worried about not being able to get it off of my stencil, the mask, that is. I like this color. And another reason why I chose this color is, guys, you know me, I am a lazy crafter. Some crafters, I've seen them and I envy those crafters that use these stamps and they color in all the details and they make the suit one color and the bow tie another color. I just don't have that kind of patience. So I've never done that. But I try to infuse my color in the backgrounds on my pieces, because I don't want to sit there and do all that detail work. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of our mask, and that is what we have. You either, Christina? I like this. This is really, really cool. This is definitely a piece that you could, it could be in a, what I'd like to say, more neutral setting, in a colorful setting, in a female home, in a male home, if you just want a little bit of Easter decor. You were having a dinner or something in your home, and you didn't want it too overboard and too kitschy in terms of, yeah, definitely, Miss Patterson. Yeah, I think I will. I think I'll make another one and laminate that one, because I do have a laminating machine. Might as well use it, right? So let's sit this to the side while we clean this stencil a little, because I do think that I want to do the back, but I think on the back I probably won't use a mask, because I think I'll use some other stamps and give it some more visual interest in the background before I apply the stencil. So let's try and clean this off a bit. Don't want this chalk paste to sit and settle in my stencil. Sometimes when you use certain inks, you do get a little bit of discoloration in your stencils, but it doesn't compromise the integrity of your stencils. So if you find that you don't get every little bit of paste out, that's really nothing to worry about. It's never proven to be a problem for me. And I believe this stencil is available. I will leave the links to the Magnolia products that I'm using tonight. At the end of the live, I will link it in the wish list in case you're interested. You'll be able to go into my shop and find everything that I used, including the paste along with the stencil, so you don't have to search around for it. Hi Carol, how are you? So you see that's pretty good. That cleans out that really nicely. I want to just flip it to the other side just in case there's some leftover here. I'm going to sit this right on my lap And that's not gonna hurt it because you can actually fuzz your stencils with a pair of jeans, with a t-shirt. So if you didn't have a tacky towel, you can do that. Okay, so now let's just put this right here. Let's set this over to the side until we're ready for it again. Let's bring our egg back into view. Just want to make sure I got a good dry before I flip it over. This is a little yucky already, so let me just lay that down so I make sure that I'm not picking up anything extra when I get ready to turn my egg over. Because now we're going to do some things in the back before we overlay the stencil again. I have some different color oxides here, and I'm going to try and figure out which one probably is going to show up best in our background. I think that's a little bit too much. I think the choice might be between, I do want it, what I'm going to do is we're going to stamp some lettering, so I want it to peek through those roses. I want you to be able to see it, but I don't want it to overpower. So it's probably going to be one of these three. This one is Faded Jeans. It looks a lot like the color that we're already using. I don't know how that's going to translate in text. This one is Broken China. I like that pop of blue, so we might use a combination of those two. And this is Speckled Egg, which is also pretty, but I think it would prove to be a little bit light. So I think we're going to work with these two. And you can see just, you know, me speaking out loud. That's literally how I make my decisions, even when I'm in here by myself. Hello, Michelle Britton. Carol, did I say hi to you? Okay, I was gonna say now. Don't tell me I lost something else. Here it is. So I have this bag filled with a whole bunch of other little stamps that I've collected here and there along the way over the years in my journeys as a scrapbooker and all the different phases of my craft life. I've done a little bit of it all. So this one has like a little bit of a crackle kind of style, so we might use a little bit of that. Yeah, I think. And then we have one that's like almost like a brick wall kind of. I think we'll use the one that has like the crackle with some of this text that you can't read, but provides some really cute interest. And I see I got a little bit of blue there. I wonder where that came from. Maybe it was there, I don't know. Decisions. Let's try the Faded Blue Jeans and see what that does. And I never applied like the full stamp. I'm just looking for some extra visual interest. So in case you're wondering why I never use the whole stamp, I don't want the whole stamp. Actually, I just want little pops of visual interest. And I don't necessarily re-stamp every time I stamp. I mean, re-ink every time I stamp. It doesn't matter if it's a little faded in some areas. I just want to provide some more visual interest. So while we're at it, why not? Let's see what a little bit of this Broken China is going to look like. I just like, you don't have to do this. If you were creating something like this, you could totally just eliminate this step. I just like, if you've been watching me, you know I love the more texture, the more interest. That's just my zhuzh. Hi Linda, how are you, my friend? So now I'm going back in with my Faded Jeans, and we're gonna apply some of the script text, and I am inking this entire stamp. I like this little text Sometimes I put it in some places the whole stencil, other times you'll see just a little bit of it. And it doesn't matter where it lands, because remember, we're going to put the stencil back over top of it. So this is just gonna provide some peeps of different things in the background. Hello, Doris Bryant, how are you? Thank you for watching. So let's put this over here. Let's leave these there because we have to clean those. I want to get a little bit of heat. I'm doing well, Linda. Let me get a little bit of heat over here. For those who are just popping on, today we're doing Stencil Saturday with Magnolia Stencils. Usually on Monday nights I go live and I do Magnolia Mondays. But this week we did not go live on Monday because I had to work my 9-to-5 job. So I couldn't go live Monday night, so we're catching up tonight. And tomorrow at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time, I will be in an event. We are raising some funds for a friend who's going through some cancer treatment. So the project that I make tomorrow will actually be auctioned off at the end. So if you are home and you're not busy tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, come back to this page, watch and see what I create. No, the egg is not from Magnolia. This egg is a Dollar Tree egg from last year. I don't know if they have them this year. I told you guys I've been trying to craft my stash, so I really don't know if it's in Dollar Tree this year, but I got it from Dollar Tree last year. So we're gonna go back in with our stencil again. Let me just show you what it looks like with all of that extra stamping in the background right now. And so we're gonna put our stencil back on. I'm gonna go over here just because it is definitely dry, because this is not the area that we used the first time. I thought about doing this egg in all black and white and making it really dramatic with that bunny. I do have another egg, so don't be surprised if you don't see something like that. I love black and white. I think and I think that's just because also I am a huge Mackenzie fan. So I love the black and white. I love black and white check. I love black and white stripe. And I think that anything black and white kind of reminds me a little bit of Mackenzie. And I know this pattern of roses would look absolutely amazing in a black and white scheme. Gonna put the excess back into my pot, scrape my tools off. I got a lot of my paste around my brim, so let me try to scrape it back down into the pot. And let's get this stencil up, and then we can proceed. Let me just double checking, making sure that I've got the whole egg covered and that I'm not missing any areas. Okay. So it's faint, but you can see that text is in there and all that stamping that we did. I hope it's translating and you guys can see it in that background. I really like that. I just think that even in using Magnolia stencils, when you add those different touches that way, you know, we both can be using the same stencil on the same egg. When I do different things like that, it makes your piece stand out from anybody else's because they are not doing that textured background the way you did. Hello, Beth Edgman. How are you, my friend? Thank you, Miss Patterson. Guys, if you are not following any of my friends who are here on their business pages, please go and follow, share their videos. I don't know how many of you have heard, but Mr. FB has decided that all lives will go away after 30 days on all Facebook pages. So that's going to be pretty soon. Pretty soon, you won't be able to go back and watch lives over and over again because they won't live on our business pages anymore past 30 days. I have been fortunate enough, or just one of those people that are just paranoid enough when it comes to the internet, that I've always saved my lives on an external drive. So I have begun the task of trying to open up a YouTube page. I have a few of my videos uploaded there already. My plan is to upload all of my past videos to my YouTube page, and as I move forward doing lives, got to figure out how to do them in a YouTube format, and because I would like to have all of them on YouTube. Right now, I haven't heard that they're doing that with our private group pages. So if you're in our CNC Designs Clubhouse, is what I call it, those videos there probably will remain there because I haven't heard that they will disappear. But on your crafters business pages, they will go away. So if you can save the videos you like, save them. If you can't, save pictures of the projects you like. Certainly on my end, if you can save a picture of a project or something that you've seen that I like, and if you are creating it and the video happens to no longer be there, you can definitely feel free to always message me and ask me any questions. I'd be happy to share with you any information. That is one of the things that I love to do, is to inspire others to create. So definitely watch the creators live, share them on your pages if you can, because the more you share, the more exposure we will get as creators. Because again, like I said, on our personal pages, on our business pages, after 30 days, they will start to disappear very shortly. I believe it was May. Hello, Marlene. Jeanette, did I say hello to you? Okay. So I want to get some heat on here so we can proceed. You guys know I'm going to do something with these edges. I'm going to drop a little bit of gold in there. I might even do some splatters because I like all of that kind of stuff. I like this blue. This is a pretty color. So here's what we have so far. That's our front with our bunny in there. And this is our back with our stamps and our textures in the back of the magnolia stencil. So now I'm going to look at this, and I want to figure out what other kinds of things we can do to make this piece pop in the front. I considered embellishing with some lace, faux lace, which is a paper doily. And if I were to do that, let me just show you what I was thinking with regards to that. I like the borders in this. So I typically, when I use these paper doilies, I typically cut out a piece out of this border. And I play around with it to see if it would look good on the piece anywhere. I love to embellish with what, you know, some people call ephemera and different other types of things that bring visual interest to a piece. So I'm thinking, I was thinking to put a piece of it behind the bunny. Not sure yet, still not sure if I'm married to it. But I definitely will, it would definitely not be white. If you know me, you know this doily would not stay white, because that is definitely not something that I like. I'm just trying to see what the texture of it would look like and what it would lead, what it would lend to the piece. So we could do some, thank you, Joanne. We could do some in black. We could, I want to just see what it looks like if I just run this blue, the same color blue we used on the back, over this lace. And you can see we started out with a piece of paper lace. Now it has a very different look and feel. Let's see what that would look like if we applied that to our piece. Over here. What do we want here? I like the way this curve is sitting here on the piece. I don't think I need these little pieces here. So let's see if we take those off. Is it better for me? You see, I'm avoiding the top because I don't know what it is about me and things at the very top of stuff that I just don't like it. Sometimes you just gotta play around until you find the spot that you think it is supposed to live. So this is one option. I think I might tap it some more black in there just so you can see it a little bit more. Now we got some black and some blue. And I like that a lot more because I can see that lace a lot better now. Can you guys see that? So I'm thinking that this might work in here as a nice other visual element. The other thing that we have here, we have this stamp that has these little polka dots. And I'm thinking about just putting some of those dots randomly around to see what that does. Let's try that. This is definitely going to be different. But you know, he is a guy. So I wanted to have a little bit more of a masculine feel and not so cutesy, if you will. And these dots are showing up. Not intrusive, but definitely you can see them. And who knows, if we use some of that lace, it might actually cover some of that up, but I'm good with that. Again, they're faded into the background, but you can see that they are there. I hope it's translating up for you guys. The other thing we have, The other stamps that are here are this little grid stamp, which I like, and I'm thinking to definitely probably pop a little bit of that somewhere here. Let's see. How's everybody doing tonight? What'd you guys do so far for your weekend? I've been trying to stay out the stores, to be honest. You can see it up there in that corner. I'm gonna pop this in because I do like that texture. I do want to go see what they have in Dollar Tree, but I said that I was going to craft my stash, right? So I'm trying to stick to my word. Hi, Aileen. Hi, Iris. How are you? Hello, Terry. How are you? Now, you see, I just tore a little bit of that off. I'm trying to do this with a glue stick, y'all. You could easily do this with some Liquitex or a some Mod Podge. I don't really like using Mod Podge in pieces like this, so I'm doing this the hard way. Don't do that. Make it easy on yourself. You could definitely Mod Podge it down. I don't like it. Too messy for me. So that's why I didn't use the Mod Podge. I'm gonna try and clean this a little bit. The other thing that you can do, and I might, is bring in some white with either some dots or some splatters just to make it pop up a little bit more. You got a cold sub sandwich. I'm trying to think I don't know what did I eat today? Oh, I had some leftover pasta salad from yesterday with some crackers. I probably should have eaten something earlier because undoubtedly sometime tonight when I should have well stopped eating, I'll be in the kitchen grazing late night, which is not good for these hips at all. I'm just gonna put this down here because this is getting quite messy. I'm gonna bring my paint palette over here, and you guys know I love doing my paint scrapings, so we're definitely gonna do some of that. I hope I got a little bit more left. Yeah, there we go. I gotta do something with these edges. I don't want to put the stencil again. I've been thinking about using this. We have this stamp here that says like 5-cent egg dyes. I was wondering how something like that might translate. Maybe with some paint scrapings over it. What do you guys think? We could go back in with some of this. Yeah, it has a little bit of a masculine vibe, so we might use this. That might work, or this. Because it does have like a masculine vibe to it already. Let us see. think I'm gonna go back in with some black and stick. It seems like we got a black and blue theme going on here. I like that. It's a little tight in terms of the weave on it, but can you guys see it at all? Yeah. We will add a combination of both. I gotta ink up my pads tonight. I think that's what this is telling me. Now that is cute because it's looking like a little crackle over there on the side. I like that. Definitely like that. Let's see if we can get this to ink up really good. I am loving this. Oh my, I love, love, love the way this is coming out on this edge of this egg. It just gives you something else to look at, another area of visual interest. Can y'all hear the wind? Hello, Crystal. Tammy, did I say hello to you? The wind is howling over here. My goodness. It must be like really windy outside right now. They say you're not supposed to do this with your stamp pad, so you know you guys don't see me doing this either. But it's kind of dry, so that's what I'm doing that. I'm forcing ink out of the pad and onto the stamp. Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay. Good, good, good. So let's cover these back up. No, not this one. Yeah, this one. And let's go around our edge of this egg. That's probably another reason why I feel like I've been struggling. You don't hear it? It is so loud. I'm glad you guys don't hear that. Because I like my piece edged, and that's probably why I was not yet in love with this piece, because it still seemed very flat to me. Now he is starting to have some life. Just because we went around that edge. So here it is edged, and here is the other side not edged. I love, love, love the pieces where the edges are actually popping out. Now, some people might say, I didn't really see a difference. I don't know, maybe it's just me because I know I didn't do it, but for some reason, I feel like visually, I see it defines the piece a lot more for me. And you can go heavier in some areas, you can bring it up onto, just slightly up onto your piece. You don't want to color your piece with it, but just slightly bring it over some, and you can see that, giving it some more visual interest, some more texture, all the things that I just love. My hands are filled with the grid lines from that stamp. Okay. So now let's go to our paint palette. We put that paint there and then I just left it. And if you've watched me for any length of time, you already know what I'm gonna do with this. I'm gonna go in and add some more color and interest on the piece by just taking that palette knife and dragging it across and leaving some of that gold color. I don't know what it is about this, but I really, really like it. Let me get my heat tool and see if we can heat some of that up. Hello, Susie. How are you? Hi, Jacqueline. I'm just trying to get this to dry a little so we can still handle it. So what do you guys think so far about this egg? I like it. I like the colors. I like the blue and the black. I know it's not your bright Eastery colors, but I like this. And because this is reversible, we are gonna look at what a bow might look like on the other side. I'm just loving that rabbit. He is so cool. I might go in and touch up his bow tie just a little bit with a little bit of specks of gold, just because we got the gold in here already. And to make that bow tie pop out a little bit more, I think we might do that. I think I got a little bit too much there. We already got it down now, so we gotta live with it, right? You get what you get and you don't throw a fit, right? I love it. That's a little bit too much gold over there for me. I'm gonna see if I can try and fix my faux pas by tapping some more blue down in there to make that gold be quiet. Much better, much better. So let's put this over here for a sec. Let's turn this paper towel over. Yes, definitely, definitely try it. A lot of fun. So let's put this over here. Let's put our egg here. Got a few minutes left. I have a bag here with some blues, some ribbon strips. Let's make a bow. Let's see if we like it on the other side. If we don't have to keep it. I'm just gonna look through here. I know that I like this little, I don't know what this is. I don't even know if it's ribbon. I just like the fact that it's got texture on it. So that's gonna be one of the first things that we're gonna put down. And I always say this, so I'm gonna say it again. Not gonna make this a big bow. I'm laughing at myself because if you guys been watching me, you know that I don't know no such thing about a bow that's small. You got some ticking here. I think this, I don't know, we'll see. Might be a little bit too blue. I do have some black ribbon I could have infused in here as well, but let's just go with the blues because that's what we have here. So let's just go with that. You know what? Let's just do 2 loops of each, and then we'll go back if we want to put some more of the same type. We will. That I'll cut that in a minute. This piece looks very wide. I don't know if I want it that wide. Let me see if we can cut it down and make 2 strips out of this instead of 1. If I'm going to be able to rip this. I see some creators, oh, it worked. I was going to say, I see some people are able to like rip fabric so quickly. Mine sometimes doesn't come out that good. I feel like I usually have to cut mine halfway down and then maybe rip. What else? What else? What else? Let's throw a little bit of lace in there. What y'all say about this blue? I think it's a little too dark, right? What do you think? Yeah, it looks a little purpley. It's like a blue purple. We need more blue grays. Back to this one, and then maybe another one of those ticking pieces. And I think that should be it. That's a little too bright. What do you guys think? Yeah, put a little bit of this in the bowl or no? You know what, if we need it, I'll put it in some other place. Oh, we also have this. No, I don't think so. Another little piece of that textury stuff. I'm just looking around to see what else we can throw in here. Let's see, let's see, let's see. If we like it, we'll keep it. If we don't, we'll scrap it. I'm just using some jute. Because this is definitely a male bunny, I am trying to keep this a little bit more subdued and not so florally or kidsy. And I'm leaving all these strings and everything, these tails hanging wild until we see exactly what kind of placement we're talking about. Well, some of them we know we can cut these off. And this piece here in the back, can lay that down. Let's take that over there. So what I was thinking about with this was somewhere here on the back of our, well, depending on what you want to use as the back of our bow, our egg. Let me turn on our heat tool. Just a second, let me make sure we got this. Okay. Let's put a little bit of this mess up. I don't think we need any more. Let's put that to the side. So, I think I like this bow. I think we can live with that. So I am gonna cut these tails down just a little bit more. I think I'm gonna put a cute little heart in the middle. What do you guys think? I like this. It's very monochromatic, but I like it. We do have some Spanish moss, and I have some greenery. I don't know if I want to do that. Let me see if I'm going to put some of it behind it. I'm thinking Spanish moss. What are you guys thinking? Definitely thinking Spanish moss. I know I need to put something in the middle. So I have these little tiny wonky hearts. Hello, Brenda. And I'm thinking right there, definitely gave it a pop that wasn't there before. A little bit of Spanish moss, I think, and I think that's gonna be the trick, guys. Pull my loops up over here. I think I'm going to cut some of this jute string. We don't necessarily need it. I'm going to cut that. Too cute. I'm going to hold this up so you can see that. I love it. Now let's put a little bit of glue here on that heart. Too cute. Let's get a little bit of Spanish moss. I don't know yet about the greenery. I think, again, I'm trying to give this a little bit more or less of a feminine feel, because he is a dapper masculine bunny. And I want this whole thing to represent him well. So let's see. We're running a little bit over time. We are 3 minutes over. I try to stick to an hour. And you see, I just pop my Spanish moss in, and then I'm gonna let whatever needs to fall out, fall out. What do you think about this, about greenery? Should we add some greenery in there? I don't know. I feel like part of me feels yes, part of me feels like no. I don't know if this is the wrong color greenery. I gotta think on that some more. But here is our front. And I think I am gonna highlight that bow tie. No greenery. And here is our back, or this could be your front and he could be the back. But I think it all came together really, really nice. There are our artsy sides that are stamped. It just looks so, so cool. I really, really like this piece. I hope you like this piece as much as I do. It stands on its own. You don't need a stand for it because it has this nice chunky bottom, so it can stand up on the fireplace, on a table, on a desk, wherever you want to put it. And I think this would be perfect if you were if you're the type of person that has like little holiday decor pieces in your office. This could definitely go into a male office. It does not look so Easter feminine over the top with the greens and the yellows. I think these blues suit everyone. And while it is blue, it does not give you the blues. I'm hoping that it makes you smile when you see it. It definitely makes me smile, especially that cute bunny. I just love him. And once again, I thank you all for joining me on Stencil Saturday. I will be dropping the links for the stencil, for this roll stencil in the back, in my shop, as well as the chalk paste. And if I can find this Mr. Rabbit stamp anywhere, I'll leave a link to where I can find it as well. In the meantime, you all take care. And like I said, if you can join me tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be creating a piece that's going to be auctioned off for a friend of mine that has cancer. So if you're home and you're not busy tomorrow at 1 o'clock, come back to the page and watch what I create. Thank you very much. You all take care of yourself. Be good to yourself and be good to others. As always, here are some hearts from my heart to your heart. Take care, everybody. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.